Hello, Lori Michelle, the Moshiach, with lesson number 7, why it is important to marry. A lot of people get married and a lot of people get divorced, like me. It was 33 years ago today that I got married to my former husband and the father of my 3 children. So you might say, who are you, Lori Michelle, to tell people to get married? And the short answer is, I'm Mashiach, Messiah. And I must tell you the importance of the mitzvah of marriage, because right now around the world, marriage is an institution that is less attractive, and young people are refraining from getting married more than ever. Millennials are avoiding marriage. People are marrying later, if they marry at all. And it's very dangerous. And let me explain why getting married is very important and why it's one of the biggest mitzvahs, commandments, that you can obey from Hashem, God, the King of the universe. He gave us laws and rules not to be overbearing and controlling and a dictator. He gave us the Torah with all the laws so that we could have a good life here on the planet Earth. And if you look around the world, we're screwing it all up. Everywhere you look, it's a mess. And this Shabbos, just yesterday, Hashem did something that he doesn't usually do with me. He told me to pick up the Chumash and read the Torah Parsha for this past Shabbos, Re'ah. And if I say it funny, well, then I said it funny. I'm not a Torah scholar. I am not a rabbi. I'm Mashiach. And this is how Hashem and I converse and how I come up with the content that I put online for you to learn what he's thinking, what I know, and what you need to know now. And in that Torah Parsha, it spoke about how the Jewish children were about to enter the land that God promised them, Israel. And he was giving them laws to follow and said, if you follow all of my laws, you will be blessed. So that's the reason for the laws, so that you're blessed. It's not for him, it's for us. And interestingly, when I read the Parsha, there was a line in the Parsha that stood out among all the other lines for me. And it's a line that says, and I should quote it, but I won't, I'll paraphrase, I'm your father. That's what he said to the Jewish children. I am Hashem, your father. And if you read my book, and I hope you will, it explains how the Jewish children are truly Hashem's children. You'll have to read the book to get the deeper explanation, but even rabbis, all the world doesn't understand that Hashem is the father of the Jewish children, and he gave rules so that they would succeed, so that they would be blessed. Marriage is one of the holiest commandments that you can do with your life. Why is it so important? It's one of the first commandments, isn't it? It's not one of the top 10, but it's one of the first things that he decided was important for you. It's in it's in Genesis, right? When he said to Adam, and it's metaphorical, you'll have to read my book about why it's metaphorical, but he said, you shouldn't be alone. You need a woman. And there started the first marriage. So it's not one of the first commandments, but it is one of the first mitzvahs that you can do with your life. Joining in holy matrimony, the way Adam and Eve, Hava and Adam joined together and procreated and had a family. So why is it so important, and why am I going on about this? It's important to you, girls. It's protection for you, girls. It's a protection for the boys, and it's good for men. Of course it is. Marriage is good for us. But I'm here to warn you, girls, and I'm one of you, do not give away your flesh until the day you join in marriage. And I didn't do that. I was one of the baby boomers, went to college, rite of passage, and I write about it in my book, that that's the way it's done, and that's the way it's done now. Swipe right, sex in 20 minutes, you're just as good as the boys. And he just said, no, you're not. You're better. And if boys are going to be insulted by that, then you're not being honest. You're not being honest with your daughters. You're not being honest with yourself. Men are animals. Sorry, boys, but you have that inclination where you want sex and it drives you. Girls are wired differently. You might pretend, girls, that you're wired like the boys, but you're diminishing yourself if you do. Girls are internal, our organs are internal, and men are external. So they have a dilemma, boys. You boys have a challenge. You're more challenged than girls are physically. Girls innately are born to be less ego-driven, less controlling, believe it or not, and less sexual. Girls are not sexual predators like the boys. So you're born with this external body, your sexual organs are external, and you want what you want, and you're a conqueror. And the girls are internal and want to be nurtured and loved. And so Hashem, in his infinite wisdom, created the institution of holy matrimony. And he recommends that you wait until marriage. Is it a sin to have sex before marriage? No, it's not, but you could sin profusely without knowing it. And so joining with someone in marriage and waiting until marriage is for your protection. But number one, it's to protect the female, the mother of the world. We are the mothers. We bring children into this world. And so why is it so important to wait until marriage? You want to have fun. You want to try the goods. You want to make sure he's good for you. You want to make sure you're compatible. All of that rationalizing so that it's okay. Oh, it's okay. We're very serious about each other. Or maybe you're even engaged to be married. And so, now let's do it a little early. He just said, no, Lori, tell them no. I'm very blessed that I have 3 children who went the Orthodox Jewish route, following God's laws and abstaining until marriage. It's a protection. Girls, you need to be protected. Marriage is protection for the mother, for the female. And yes, it protects the man in many ways. And this is going to be a short video that won't cover everything, but it's a protection for you young girls. And if you read the Torah, the Bible, it starts out with Adam desiring company, shouldn't be alone. And the mitzvah of be fruitful and multiply was another mitzvah, the second mitzvah, he says. It's not the 10 commandments, no, but it's very important to our lives, to our welfare, to our daughters, that we pair up with someone who truly cares about us and makes a commitment, a holy commitment in front of God, that he will care for her, he will take care of her for her life. And when they procreate, she's protected. And I will add to you, whoever you are, that you should marry young if you can. It's not always something that works out. I didn't marry so young. I married at 27 years old. But you should marry young, and you should wait until marriage. Girls, if you are 21, 20 years old, you should be dating only with eyes for finding your future husband and the father of your children. Don't wait. Don't fool around. Don't try the goods. Don't diminish yourself. Don't cheapen yourself. Don't give it away. If someone's not willing to marry you and love you and cherish you, he doesn't deserve to touch you. That's the truth. And marrying young protects your fertility so that you can have children. A lot of people are waiting. They're career-minded. They want careers and they want to be as good as men. So they're working on their degrees and their careers. And they wait until their 30s and then they find out, oh no, I can't get pregnant. But it's worse than that. It's worse than that. Fertility problems happen if you wait too long, maybe. Thank you, Hashem. I didn't have fertility problems and I waited till my 30s. The pollution in the air, the pollution in the water, the pollution in the food supply is damaging our vessels. It's not only creating cancers and diseases, it's affecting the vessel and the ability to procreate. But also promiscuous sex and having multiple partners is creating all kinds of sexually transmitted diseases. And I won't call them illnesses and mitigate what they truly are. They're diseases that attack your sexual organs and render you, God forbid, infertile. So don't play the field. You don't need it. You're not a German shepherd. You're a human being and a spark of God. Protect this vessel. Value yourselves, girls. And if he loves you, he will walk down that aisle. He will be so excited to marry you and protect you and care for you throughout your life. I hope this was meaningful. A lot of people are going to be very angry about what I'm saying, but the truth has that effect on people. This is the truth. I did not wait until marriage. I was blessed to have a good marriage for several years, and then it unraveled. Does it mean that I did the wrong thing in getting married? Absolutely not. I have 3 amazing children and a grandson. And Baruch Hashem, blessed Hashem, they went the route of Orthodox Judaism and Torah observance, married young, and saved themselves for the holy institution of marriage in the eyes of God. That's the right way, it's the blessed way, and it's for you, it's not for him. He wants this for you. God bless you. So get serious, get married. Peace on earth in our time.